What's up?
What's up, guys?
I'm happy to be here.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
I don't even think you guys knew my name. My tongue was already down your throats, but...
All tongues, no names? Looks like a new season of Love Island is here, and this show, well, is a beast. And by that I mean it's huge. There were like, what, 30 episodes last season? And this thing is on every night. I mean, catching every episode of Love Island is a bigger commitment than, well, anything we typically see come out of reality TV dating shows. But okay, we've got a whole new set of Islanders, and I'm gonna be checking this season out, but let it be known, I actually haven't seen a whole lot of Love Island before, cause, you know, the show's such a beast, but hey, that means I'll be coming at it with fresh eyes. And also, I do want to say I have no clue what kind of full season coverage I'll be doing for this thing, cause, again, it's 30 episodes and...
I cannot do it! I'm only one man!
But if you like it, I'll try to pop out some updates when I can. Alright though, so here's Love Island US Season 7, Week 1, in about 12 minutes or so. We'll see. So, if you don't know what the deal is for Love Island, basically a bunch of hot singles show up in Fiji looking for love, they couple up and sleep in the same bed together, and then some new people show up and we have a recoupling ceremony where leftover Islanders get booted back home. And this season, our original cast members are Shelley, who claims to be interested in both men and women, Alandria, who works in the elevator-escalator industry, which, I mean, I could have spotted that from a mile away. There's Yelissa, who's down for whatever.
He wants me to suck his toe? I'll suck your toe.
Yeah, she'll be leaving unannounced in episode 2 over the use of a racial slur, so off to a great start. There's Bella, and let's be clear, it's spelled Belle-A, as if she's the first of 2 understudies in a production of Beauty and the Beast. Now, Bella has only ever been intimate with one guy, and is not interested in kissing someone right off the bat. And finally, there's Huda, who has a pretty important secret that she's not yet willing to share with the men.
Grew up in a super Middle Eastern household. I am the baby of the family, but I'm also the only one with a baby. My daughter is my best friend.
Okay, but what about the boys? What kind of guys can we expect on a season of Love Island?
I'm Austin, I'm 26 years old, I'm from Northville, Michigan, and I'm a pool technician.
No way, they actually got a pool boy.
I look damn good while cleaning a pool. I got a pretty decent bulge, but that's because I stuff it.
Now after pool boy Austin, there's cowboy Taylor, nurse boy Nick, boy Jeremiah.
Right now, boy, the great guy scale, I'm 3/4 towards great guy most of the time. Me and my ex were together for a year and a half. I did cheat.
And dance boy Ace, who, wait a minute, did I accidentally turn on Sneaky Link's Dating After Dark? Cause apparently Ace and Shelley know each other already and were kind of, something?
Wait, this can't be real life.
I know you. Yeah.
How do you know Shelley?
I met her in New York, actually. Yeah. Outside of a club, actually, yeah.
So first up in the show, all the ladies get to pick out a couple of guys to kiss, and then one by one, they decide who they want to be in a couple with. And yes, you can steal someone else's pick if you like them too. Which is exactly what Yelissa does, even though it hardly matters cause the next episode will mysteriously start with this statement.
Welcome back to Love Island USA. Yelissa has left the villa.
Oh, and speaking of statements, here is Yelissa's. Feel free to pause the video to read the whole thing, it gives more clarity on what actually went down. Anyway, because of Yelissa's steal, Shelley is left with pool boy Austin, and he kinda likes her, but she doesn't really like him, while the rest of the couples are Alandria and Taylor, Nick and Bella, and then finally Huda and Jeremiah, who quickly become that classic couple you see on most of these shows that really get into each other quite quickly. I mean, for example, this is how they accidentally end one of their first conversations together.
I'll see you later.
Love you, bye. Oh, I didn't mean to say that.
You good? I almost said it back.
Oof, it's like a first grader calling their teacher mom by accident. But Huda is still holding back the fact that she has a daughter, at least until she gets to know Jeremiah better. Though there are some clues.
I got my own
You
crib.
live alone? Yeah, you're in Raleigh. I'm in LA. My own crib is like
I know,
4
LA's
racks.
expensive. Mine is over 3. Too bad, too bad. Mm-hmm.
What's your other bathroom or bedroom for? Office?
I'll tell you later.
What you mean?
But alright, the show is now going to constantly mess with the status quo of the couple situation, like by introducing a game where you get to anonymously kiss anyone you want, and boy is Alandria's kissing technique one to behold.
My mom's advice to me before I left, she was like, if you gotta make out, do it to the best of your ability. You better do that shit. Don't disappoint me. Do what you gotta do.
And then they introduce new islanders to come in and kiss the whole lot. Well, you know, except for Bella, who just gets a peck on the cheek. So when Nick, who at the moment is coupled with No Kiss Bella, suddenly gets this kiss from Sierra and an invite back to a hideaway with her for the night, and he learns that she's kinda a nerd?
Avatar: The Last Airbender, though. Have you watched that?
You love it?
I love it.
I love it too.
I love it.
Well, all of a sudden he's going,
I'm like stoked right now.
Meanwhile, Charlie from the UK here takes Shelly, but apart from Nick's new interest in Sierra, there's not a whole lot of couple swapping going on. But I mean, what do you expect with such riveting conversations like...
Do you like nature?
Yeah, the thing is, I say I love nature, but I gotta get, like, more in it.
Yeah.
So now the new islanders get to see if anyone has interest in them and potentially want to couple up, and like all of the dudes except Jeremiah get up for this, which has Huda going,
You know, I'm proud of you. I don't like this. I don't like this. Y'all deserve some real men.
but like this is day 2, so Alandria's going, what are you talking about, girl? It's been no time at all, and do you even know what show we're on?
Girl, you don't have to play that.
What do you mean?
I'm saying, like, we're not upset.
No, I'm just saying it.
No, you've been supportive. I love that, but it's okay. Just gonna have a nice little chat. Okay. Later.
So Huda breaks down, and there's almost drama for a second, but the two ladies quickly squash it. Oh, and Sierra does pick Nick, so they're now a couple.
Walking away from one connection to kind of develop another connection, it just wasn't easy for me.
Oh, you poor baby, I weep. But this now means that Bella is officially single, and she's pretty upset about it, because Nick now gets to go off and talk about how much he loves the movie Shrek with Sierra.
And in the morning, I'm making waffles.
I'm making waffles.
Where's that from?
Shrek.
Thank you.
My favorite movie.
Yeah, I love
Shrek
that movie.
1.
Shrek 2.
You're not ogre again like me.
You're not a true ogre.
Wait, did I find my Fiona?
Meanwhile, getting ditched by Nick is leaving Bella more like a Lord Farquaad.
There's not much to say. I'm just feeling kind of small right now.
I don't
want to feel small.
But Bella has a game plan. She's going to change things up majorly as she continues to pursue Nick. Cause this whole time, there's this big perception of Bella as someone who is super reserved. Like, the show has them play this game where they rank the guys or the gals based on certain questions, like...
Starting from least to most. Who do you think has cheated the most amount of times?
Oh, and by the way, this is super revealing. We learn a lot about these people.
God damn, Austin!
Oh shit.
Who do you think has sent the most nudes in their lifetime?
Wow, it's like the show typed pool boy stereotypes into a machine, and out came Austin. But on the flip side, we have Bella, who all the guys label as super low on these lists. So when it comes to this next game, which is essentially horny baseball, where you rank 4 people of the opposite sex, and based on your rankings, you do naughtier and naughtier things with them as you run to each base, well here, Bella has got a big surprise for everyone.
I'm so proud of you, babe. My baby growing up.
Yeah, everyone starts to freak out, and now Nick is suddenly going...
You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
Holy shit. This is a whole new side of Bella that I had never even seen.
Oh, and they also bring in 2 more islanders to get to play this game, and once again, we're about to see Huda all pressed, cause the night before, she had just revealed to Jeremiah that she's a mom. And even though he didn't seem too bothered by it, he also kept going...
Oh my god, hold on, let me... Oh my god.
You okay?
Oh, I can't.
Okay.
Damn, that is a bomb, I can't even lie.
That's why I have a 2-bedroom.
I thought it was like a
this is so stupid, like a sex room because you didn't want to talk
Oh my
about it. 'Cause you're like,
And well, Amaya here comes in and ranks Jeremiah way at the top, so they have a big makeout at the end. Oh, and seeing this, all of a sudden Huda's going,
Do you not see like what me and Jeremiah have? Like, I just think that was the dumbest shit she could have done.
Madam, this woman entered the building 2 minutes ago. What could she have possibly seen?
I don't play about what's mine. Like, what's mine is mine and don't touch it. I can already tell that the bitch doesn't compare to me. Do I know her? No.
Ooh, the mama bear energy has arrived, and Amaya is about to get mauled. Thankfully, Jeremiah saves her life by shutting it down quickly, and oh look, Huda, she's now all girly with Amaya. But as for Nick, now that Bella is open to kissing, well, he's all of a sudden 50-50 on his feelings for both Sierra or Bella. Just in time for the first recoupling ceremony, where the guys are the ones who get to pick, and whichever woman is left over is headed home. First up, Jeremiah picks Huda, shocker, then Taylor picks Alandria, cause these two were pretty solid the whole time, although not quite to the level of a Huda and Jeremiah. Charlie picks new girl Hannah as they have a last minute connection developing. Ace picks Amaya, which I thought was a little out of left field considering he and Shelly have been vibing on the side this whole time, and it also kinda looked like Amaya was really starting to connect with Austin. So that leaves Austin without his first choice, and he ends up picking Shelly, his original coupling partner, even though they've both said that they don't really have romantic vibes. And then finally, it's time for Nick's decision. Will Bella's sudden interest in kissing be enough to sway Nick's mind?
I feel whenever we have a conversation about our future, what her future looks like is a lot what I want my future to look like.
What, a future that involves kissing sometimes?
Sierra.
So there you have it, Bella is the first to go home, and that's it for the first week. Just want to reiterate, I have no idea how or even if I'll be covering more of this season, cause this thing is on almost every single night. It's huge, and I also want to cover other stuff as well, you know, but let me know if you're interested in more videos below, and bye! Well folks, Love Island USA has pretty much imploded.
You each have to decide who you want to dump right here and right now.
No!
Shelly,
God!
and Nick.
No! God, please, no! No, we don't want to do that. No! No! Are you dead ass right now? No!
If it's missing everything we just went through the last two.
So yes, everything on this season is in disarray, and it's all thanks to you, America. You did this. You trolled the cast so hard they're in tears. Do you feel happy about yourselves? Cause I absolutely do. Y'all are diabolical and I'm here for it. Round of applause. Round of applause. And if you're confused and don't know exactly what I mean, essentially America got to vote on some new couplings, which turned into a domino effect of drama and wildly over-the-top emotions. Week 2 really shifted things into another gear. Oh, and by the way, if you missed week 1, I've got a video recapping all of that, so if you want, you can go watch that and catch up. So where things stand at the start of week 2, everyone's reeling from the exit of Bella, and Huda here is feeling like Nick is real shady for sending Bella home. Like, Huda keeps going, some men, oof, you know, you just can't tell. Why can't men be transparent? Why?
Some men are like, what?
Like you can't even tell.
Yeah, but he was transparent with how he was feeling.
Well, I couldn't tell.
Oh.
You know what? Absolutely love Huda. I mean, not actually, but for reality TV, she's so messy. Cause you got Jeremiah over here going, Nick was transparent with Bella, and Huda goes, yeah, he was, but he wasn't transparent with me, so... Oh, and by the way, this is a slope that's about to get real slippery real fast, as these two are going to be nearing crash and burn level real soon. But for now, let's put a cork on that and head over to Amaya and Ace, the newly formed couple from the last recoupling ceremony, and these two are already in crash and burn mode, cause when Ace starts telling Amaya right away that he wants to take things slow and that they should feel free to look around without obligations, well, that pops Amaya's bubble before they could even get things started.
I feel like this conversation could have waited until tomorrow. I don't know, it's kind of giving player vibes, I'm not gonna lie.
Player vibes.
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, that player comment really irks Ace. Meanwhile, Amaya's wondering why he even picked her if he was just gonna keep one foot out the door. And what happens here is one of the weirdest on-off situations I've seen in a long time. And by that I mean I can't tell you how many times I thought these two had actually broken up, but then one of them would go and say something that proves otherwise. So Ace keeps telling Amaya to cool things down by saying stuff like,
Even babe is like a lot for me too. And I know she like to say that a lot.
Oh my God, so you want me to stop calling you babe? Damn.
Yeah, like that's, yeah.
oh yeah, don't you dare say the word babe in front of this man. I mean, Ace hears the word babe and alarm bells start going off or something. But he doesn't quite understand that Amaya just calls everyone babe. It's like a server at an old school diner calling you sugar or honey. But Ace keeps going.
We've had 3 conversations and you call me babe. Can you hand me this? Can you hand me that? Like, that's crazy to me.
And even when it's clear that she doesn't say it as a pet name or because she thinks there's more going on with them than there is, like here when she says babe by accident to him.
Okay, that's fine. We'll talk, babe. Oh, sir.
It's natural. It's natural.
Yeah, he's still upset. So never say that word to this man, never take him to see Babe Pig in the City, he will crash out. And needless to say, these two just fight more and more and more, while the rest of us are left to watch these two blow up all week like...
Yo, look at it. The neck popping is insane.
By the way, immediately after this, at the start of the next episode, Amaya says this.
It's still a little bit on the rocky side, but I still feel like Ace is still my #1 right now.
Yeah, I don't even know anymore. So Ace now comes back to Shelly, who's a little bit off with Ace, cause like, this man is always exploring. I mean, he had ample opportunity to come and be with Shelly, but he hasn't. Still, he plans this yoga date for her, but unfortunately that gets interrupted when Amaya finds out Shelly also was talking with Ace while she'd been comforting Amaya when she cried a bunch cause of all the Ace stuff. And well, Ace just has to wait and overhear all of this.
I said from the jump that, look, that's someone I'm still pursuing, but not in a way that I'm gonna sit here and be messy and moving around and stuff like that.
He's very picky with his boundaries with certain people, and it seems like the boundaries is only with me. So, girl, you can have him.
So Ace has to run back to Nick, who's supposed to be running their yoga date, like...
Cancel this one. Cancel. We're canceling it.
No,
we have to cancel the party.
And even after all of this, Amaya's still over here going...
When things are too peaceful between me and my man, I want an argument. Show me some toxic love.
Well, that explains a lot. So we then get another game that they have to play where you essentially answer a question like, who do you think is here for clout and not love? And then you have to flip a coin and either kiss that person or pie them in the face. And Huda, she calls out Ace as someone who she thinks is secretly waiting for someone else, which naturally Ace doesn't take too well, and these two are really at odds after this game. And as all the guys huddle together, Ace and Nick start getting in Jeremiah's head saying that they're not sure if Huda actually likes him. So what does Jeremiah do? Does he defend his girl? Nope, he goes into full toddler mode, and the next time Huda arrives, she's like, come on, Jeremiah. I deal with enough of this at home.
Hey. What's wrong?
It's part of the game.
You okay? Jeremiah. Look at me.
So Huda is feeling a shift, and she's also upset that Jeremiah didn't defend their relationship, and instead just sulked and let all those boys get to him. However, at the same time, Huda's also thinking she should probably tell some other people that she's a mother. So she goes to sit down and tell Nick.
I'm a mom.
Mamacita.
No, I'm a mommy.
A mom of what? A dog?
I have a daughter.
Like in real life?
Yeah.
Like a daughter, like a real baby?
Yeah, like a human child.
Bruh, come on. Still, Nick's going, wow, that's amazing. And he tells Huda that he donated some sperm to a couple that couldn't conceive, so he kinda understands her worries. Like, what might a woman think knowing he had donated sperm and that child is out there in the world right now? So he starts saying stuff like,
I'm so actually like jealous. I want kids so bad. You don't even know.
Hey, you're an uncle now.
I'm an uncle, literally. I'll be the best fun uncle.
And I just want y'all to remember this once we get to the end. But okay, the big shift in the week starts here, here at this Leather Enjoyers challenge that's too hot for YouTube. So if you want to know what Hannah's doing into Charlie's mouth right now, I'll give you one clue, and it's this.
Fuck, dude, spit on that thing, you get me?
Oh, and of course, here some new bombshells arrive, and I didn't realize that these bombshells actually have an idea of what's going on in the villa before coming. Like, Jalen here comes in and he's already interested in Alandria. Pepe is after Sierra and Hannah, but things get real spicy when one of the guys that Iris here is interested in turns out to be Jeremiah. And you know how Huda gets anytime someone comes near her man.
Bitch, if you don't quit it right now, thank you.
Huda's working on her backbend.
But this also happens to be the perfect time for spray tanner Iris here to erode the cracks that have already started to form with Huda and Jeremiah. Because Jeremiah, he is getting exhausted with Huda.
They're gonna do more this week.
That's perfect.
Can you do more?
You did ass.
By the way, I just want to interject here to say that they have been at the villa for 10 days at this point. This is just 10 days in.
You need to eat all of your food.
Why?
Because you're a man. You need to finish it.
Okay, Mom.
Oh, and Lord help Jeremiah when Taylor helps cook Huda's breakfast one time, and Jeremiah doesn't barge in to make sure no other man's cooking for his girl, which gets Huda upset, and there's a whole new argument. But of course, when Iris and Jeremiah sit down together, Jeremiah says he's still staying with Huda. I mean, he's not just gonna drop their relationship because of a few fights, so Iris ventures off with other guys, like Ace, who, by the way, tells Shelly he wants to pursue Iris now, and Shelly's going, really, man? Every time someone new comes in, you're exploring. I mean, the man's exploring so much he's about to bust out a map and a backpack and start teaching kids Spanish. But alright, when Huda hears that Jeremiah told Iris there were problems with them, oh no.
You're never ever supposed to bring up any problems to anybody. I don't give a who it is. Ever.
Yeah, it's starting to look like death by 1,000 Huda cuts for Jeremiah.
And guess what? I don't know the bitch. Don't bring up shit about us, especially problems.
But whatever their state is right now, that doesn't stop them from finally taking their 10-day relationship to the next level. And oh, would you look at that? Suddenly, after that night, Jeremiah's making breakfast for Huda.
You had sex?
Look again.
Don't look. Love you, bye. Oh, not all you. Sorry. Bye.
Goodbye.
Meanwhile, Jalen is making moves on Alandria, and Pepe has swooped in and really swept Hannah off her feet, which is getting Charlie real worried.
Do not worry about that man. You should not worry about that man until she tells you to worry about that man.
Meanwhile.
So, Charlie decides to go and talk to other girls like Iris and Amaya, cause why shouldn't he? He's learned that his girl has gone and made out with Pepe in like no time flat. Who would fault him for a few little chats to explore like she's doing? Well, Hannah. Hannah would.
I'm about to crash the out. It's just like him trying to make me feel bad and him trying to throw it in my face like, oh, you can do this while I can do that. I'm like, it's just not genuine.
And so things aren't entirely smooth here either. So Charlie goes to Amaya to see if there's any chance that maybe there's something there. And Amaya, she just shuts it down and goes,
Like, me and Hannah are extremely close, and doing that to her would be like the biggest betrayal ever, and I just don't have that in me to do that.
Yeah, she'd never upset or betray Hannah, I say, knowing full well she's about to betray Hannah in a horrific way that will have Hannah nearly screaming in tears. So Amaya tells Hannah about her conversation with Charlie, and Hannah essentially tells Amaya that she's more into Charlie than Pepe, and that her connection with Charlie feels deeper and more real, so she'd like to pursue that. And Charlie and Hannah have this big moment where they tell each other how they really feel and that they're pretty much all in on each other, which is going to be the perfect note to leave off on as we head into the recoupling ceremony, which, let me tell you, is a wild one. Because here, the couples learn that America has been voting on which person they think should couple up with the new bombshells, and whoever wins those votes will actually be forced into a couple with that person. And someone who's not in a couple tonight is going home. So America voted that Alandria should be in a couple with Jalen, Hannah should be in a couple with Pepe, but the jaw-dropping troll of the summer that had me cackling and aghast was who America voted to be coupled up with Iris.
Jeremiah.
What?
Okay, that's messy as what the f?
Oh, America, you messy, messy voters. Y'all had me howling. I was both shocked and yelling out,
I love it! Come on!
And now, Huda is vulnerable. So at this point, Ariana Madix turns to the couples and the words out of her mouth might as well have been, I want to play a game. Cause she has prepared something that's as close to a Saw-like experience as Love Island is ever going to see, because now, the people who weren't recoupled with one of the bombshells get to vote on who they think should be dumped from the island, and that person is going home. Oh, and the reaction these cast members have is wild. People burst out crying, they're screaming and shaking.
Oh, we don't want to do that.
I just want to say,
No! Are you dead ass right now?
I just had the most amazing moment with Hannah.
So first, out comes Sierra, and her vote is for Charlie, which does make sense considering she's close with Nick, and Nick's friends with Taylor. Then out comes Nick, and his vote is quite the juicy one.
Huda.
Y'all, this is crazy. Huda is a raging storm of heat and tears right now. By the way, what was it that Nick said earlier about her having a kid?
I'm an uncle, literally. I'll be the best fun uncle.
Yeah, Uncle Nick just got uninvited to Thanksgiving dinner. Austin then votes for Taylor because Charlie is his BFF here. Shelly votes for Charlie, which also makes sense to me. Ace then comes out, and you know where his vote's going considering there's one person up there that he has beef with.
I've seen one person be so sure that someone is their match and be so locked in and closed off within day one. And to me, it's bullshit.
Yeah, what BS? How dare you find someone and commit to them on a show that's supposed to be about finding someone and committing to them? But I guess that makes sense coming from the man who can't stop exploring, so yeah, he votes for Huda. Which leaves 2 votes for Huda, 2 votes for Charlie, and 1 for Taylor, with Amaya getting the final vote.
Charlie.
No way. For real? You literally have no connection to Taylor, and he's bros with Ace, who you also hate. Hello? What happened to Hannah being your best girl that you'd never betray? You just sent her man home, the man she told you she wanted to pursue. You know what, y'all? Amaya, she's made for reality TV. This was wild, cause Hannah just bursts out going...
Can I go to her? Like, what's the deal?
You can do whatever you want.
So, Charlie is gone, and you just know Huda's going to be on the warpath, and I, for one, am here for it. The mess just got messier, and we're only 2 weeks in, so... bye! We've got another week of Love Island, and it's safe to say I am thoroughly addicted. I mean, I started this season off going, well, it's a lot of episodes to commit to, maybe I'll just do a video here and there. Now I am glued to my computer screen. It's an absolute wonderful mess, and we've got another week of delusions and dumpings on our hand, and I need to talk about it. 'Cause where we last left off in terms of reality TV...
We're not worthy! We're not worthy! We're not worthy! We're scum!
Absolute pandemonium, and if you're not caught up on the tea, you can go check out my last video which goes over America's voting to swap some couples around, which leaves the whole place reeling. So yeah, Charlie is gone, Hannah is a wreck, the boys are bickering and fighting, and Ace and his little henchmen here are yelling at Austin for voting for Taylor.
But do you see, like, how your decision now, you're sending, like, your best friend home?
I don't know, I felt like Huda and Jeremiah had a good connection.
Bro, what? Was he supposed to have clairvoyance or something? But the person that they hate most of all is Jeremiah.
Both of you are just, closed off. It's been tunnel vision since day one.
Yeah, but if you find someone you want to connect and explore with, what's the issue?
How you gonna tell me how to date? Why is she putting hickeys on you to where you can't even have a conversation with other women?
Okay, Jeremiah isn't my favorite here, but like, what did this guy do? I mean, none of y'all are wanting to date Huda as far as I'm aware, so who cares? Let the man do what he wants. However, Ace keeps saying stuff like Jeremiah's a liar, he actually wants to date other people, and so that's why he's scamming us or something. I don't know, I honestly think Jeremiah must have had his seat reclined on Ace the whole flight over to Fiji or something, cause there's no reason this man should be so pressed about someone that has literal no effect on their life or the relationship. But, you know, when it comes to Charlie, oh, these boys are just in near tears. I mean, the man was trying to find love and now he's gone.
It just really hurt to see him go. I respect the hell out of him, and we came here for the reason to find love.
But not when it comes to Jeremiah and Huda. That love doesn't count. Oh, and speaking of Huda, you don't need a crystal ball to know how she is handling all of this.
It's not our fault. We found each other. It's not our fault. It's the way God wanted it to happen. I realize that America hates me.
But the juicy part of this is that no one knows why America voted to recouple Jeremiah with Iris. So they're all throwing off theories like maybe they don't hate you, Huda, maybe Jeremiah has been saying stuff secretly behind your back, maybe he's actually an evil supervillain and the antagonist of the next Despicable Me movie. When in reality, the real reason America voted to oust Huda from her couple is more like...
she annoyed me.
So then Ace and Huda talk, where Ace says it feels like her and Jeremiah had an agenda from the beginning, which is kind of funny to hear from a man who arrived on the show to find someone he's already met before, and then Huda tells Ace that she's super serious because she's a mother. And I, for one, am just thankful that Ace didn't respond by saying something like this.
Mommy?
I'm a mom.
Mamacita.
But the crash out has only just begun, as Huda is still in shambles, and Jeremiah, even though in this moment he's not officially by the show coupled up with Huda, but, you know, he's still in a relationship with her, he doesn't do a thing. Like, there's a lot of fault being thrown Jeremiah's way that I don't necessarily think he's to blame for, but this? Bro, come on. If she's your girl and she just had that kind of night, you have to go and comfort her.
Dude did not check on me once during this whole thing. I've trusted this person with so much. That was so genuine.
Now, hearing that, Jeremiah starts to distance himself even more, and Huda is furious. So she starts to believe that America was actually trying to send her a message to save her or something, which just makes all of this snowball into an even bigger mess.
This is why I take the lead, because you're a bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a bitch. Every little thing and people saying things, I'm adding all of the equations up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this isn't making sense.
Not to mention, at this point, all the new couples like Jeremiah and Iris are given dates to go on, and when they come back, Huda is just sitting there cold as ice like this. You know, like this.
Be unbothered, come.
I am unbothered, I'm relaxed. Okay. I'm good.
Nick then calls out Jeremiah for not going to comfort Huda, saying he lost some respect for Jeremiah, and Jeremiah's just going...
because I didn't go and comfort her.
Yes.
Literally just, I shoulda, coulda, would have.
You know what? Missed opportunity to say Huda, shoulda, woulda, but I'll let it slide for now. He's just not in the right headspace at the moment. Meanwhile, Huda comes around the corner and starts eavesdropping on the conversation, where here Jeremiah starts going off on Ace and them, saying they hate him for locking in with Huda from the jump, but now they also hate him for exploring with Iris like they wanted him to, and this sends Huda.
By all means, explore. You.
You're a bitch. You're a bitch. You're a pussy ass bitch.
I know.
Y'all, for a moment, I thought I accidentally turned on Breaking Bad with how often Huda was throwing the word bitch around.
He said that he was open to getting to, like, explore other connections.
He's a bitch. He's a bitch.
Yeah, bitch! So Jeremiah then tries to apologize to Huda, but in her mind, Huda is essentially going...
you.
And she is in a full-blown rage, which I think might be clouding her judgment just a little bit.
It's clear to America that you've done things or done subtle things to show that you're not as interested.
I think you have it flipped.
So you think America hates me?
Jeremiah, don't you dare say a word. If you value your life, don't say a word. But okay, a big part of this conversation is when Jeremiah says this.
She is awesome, but she is not my type.
And you still laid in bed with her.
I laid away from her.
I don't care.
Cause that one is gonna come back. And yeah, this fight basically continues on into the next morning, while the other islanders are just forced to watch on like...
The crash out.
Yeah, crash out. This is the second one, right?
No, it's actually like the 15th.
Seriously, it doesn't stop. They fight, they try to settle things, but then Jeremiah will say something like...
If this is how you think it's gonna make me like you, just by all means...
I don't want to make you like me. Jesus
So
Christ.
don't f***ing talk to me.
And the crash out begins all over again, with Huda saying, whoa, 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 you don't want me to like you? Even though it's pretty clear that's not what he's saying he doesn't want to make her like him.
You just said, I don't care to make you like me. So get off my dick, bitch. Like, f*** off.
But Huda, she takes this like it's ammunition and starts complaining to everyone else, all the while it's clear that everybody is really over it because they're making these Jack Black faces at each other the whole time.
I want to do it. And I told him, f*** the f*** off. I said, take care. And that's it. And I'm finito. He's telling me I want to get back to us being like friends and stuff like that. I said, bro, I'm hurt. I can't do that. It's not a switch.
But possibly my favorite moment of this morning is when Alandria and Jeremiah start talking about how Huda is a package deal because of her daughter, all the while Austin is just sitting there like...
Wait, she has a kid?
Oh.
And yeah, we see stuff like Jeremiah pulling out Iris's chair for her, which causes Huda to go off in tears. Ace says he'd get Shelly's face tattooed on him if they got married, and she's like, well, just ask. But yet he freaked out over Amaya calling him babe, saying that was too fast for him. It's just pandemonium. So the show goes, it's time to introduce another game. This one has a bunch of doors, and the girls will unlock the door for whatever guy they want to couple up with, and if the guy chooses an open door, the two will officially couple up. However, if a guy comes to your door and you don't want him to be with you, you essentially have to barricade up to it like... Hold the door! Hold the door! Hold the door! Hold the door! Now the big switch-ups here are Austin choosing Amaya's door and her having it unlocked for him, Ace and Shelly finally becoming a couple, then Alandria locks her door for Jalen, but lets Taylor back in so they're now together, and finally, it's Jeremiah's turn to pick. Dang, now this is a picture that needs to hang in a Love Island museum or something. So Jeremiah says he picked Iris cause she seems, well, healthy, and then Huda is asked if she had her door unlocked for Jeremiah, and she says yes. And when she's asked why, she says...
He told me that she is not his type, he's not attracted to her, and that he does not want to sleep in the bed with her. Congratulations, buddy. There's just so many things. You're a dick.
Just gonna stick that knife into that relationship before it can even get started. But this now leaves Huda and Jalen not in a couple, so everyone gets to vote on who they want to go home. And Huda starts feeling like everyone's on her side, because even Ace and Taylor vote to have her stay, but you know they're only voting for this because Jalen was pursuing Alandria, so they want him out of the picture. So Jalen goes home, and there's a whole other conversation with Jeremiah and Huda where everyone's telling Huda to stop cussing out Jeremiah, so they decide to sit down to clear up the air, but then in the end there's this moment where she still kinda goes in or anticipates a kiss or something. It's just, oh my. Well, the show then decides to distract everyone with none other than Megan Thee Stallion, as she comes in to host a twerk-off where all of this happens. And sorry everyone, not gonna show you the ladies, this montage is for the bootylicious boys only. Ultimately though, they have to put together these puzzles of the new bombshells coming in, where winner gets... Well, actually the winner doesn't even get anything because both of the bombshells end up coming in anyway. And Huda? Huda is hoping that new guy TJ here is gonna be into her. Spoiler alert, he's actually into Iris. Meanwhile, Andrina here quickly connects with none other than Jeremiah. Oh, and look, another challenge and another week where we get to see a lot more of this.
Fuck! And spit on that thing, you get me?
You know, I honestly didn't plan on using that clip 2 weeks in a row, but here we are. But okay, what else happened that I haven't mentioned? Huda tries to go in on Pepe, which gets Hannah aggravated as she thought they were friends. There are a whole bunch more wildly stimulating conversations.
Do you believe in evolution?
I feel like it's hard not to. Like when I go to the zoo and I see a monkey.
I like Legos a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you fuck with Legos?
I like Legos, yeah.
Austin and Amaya continue their new relationship, but I think the feelings for this one are a little bit one-sided.
It feels like as if like this could be somebody that I go on fun dates with outside of the villa.
Meanwhile, she was super intense during that challenge. Like, yeah, I
TJ goes to let Huda know he's not feeling it with her, so everyone else in the villa goes and locks themselves inside like it's March 2020.
I just honestly, like, I'm not feeling, like, that connection.
Take cover!
I just wanted to make sure we were on, like, the same type of page, because I don't want it to get down the line, and then you're like, you know, TJ, he wasn't
No,
straight
I promise
up with
I'm
me.
not that type of person that's gonna be like, you, like,
Yeah.
Flashback.
you.
End of flashback.
Oh, and how could I forget? Ace continues his campaign against Jeremiah. Because apparently seeing him sit down and talk with new bombshell Andrina and, like, kissing one time? Oh, he's seen this one before.
He's exiting off everybody who's near him. Also, yeah, that's a friend. We just strictly friends. Zooming in on one person, and it's repeating a cycle. The same thing he did with Huda.
Bro, come on. Like, I'm not even a Jeremiah fanboy or anything, but the amount of times Ace talks about him for doing next to nothing has even me saying this for Jeremiah.
Get off my dick, bitch! Like, f off!
Seriously, why can't we let people move how they want to move, especially if this man isn't going after his girl? Also, Andrina is a grown-ass woman. She can handle it fine. If she's into it, let them be. But you know, this moment is actually an important part to remember as we head into another elimination, where for this one, America voted for their favorite islanders, not as a couple, but individually, and whoever's in the bottom 3 is up for dumping. Now, they don't reveal who got the most votes, but for the women, Alandria, Sierra, and Shelly are safe, and I don't know if I'm quite surprised or not, but lastly, so is Huda. And as for the boys, it's Taylor, Nick, and Ace. Which means now, the safe people get to vote who to dump. So the women get up, and their choice is...
Hannah.
Yeah, despite Hannah's cries, this actually would have been my pick. Cause hey, now she gets to go off and find Charlie or something.
When I get out of here, I'm gonna go find you, right?
I'm so glad I met you.
You know, it's kinda crazy how that's the second time she's heard that from a man this season, and they've been filming for like, what, 2 weeks now? Now, as for the boys, I mean, with Ace and his goons on the case, it shouldn't surprise you on who they decide to eliminate.
Jeremiah.
Yeah, hardly a shocker.
We're still boys, and it's not personal at all.
Deadass, I want you to know that nothing's personal.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
But before Jeremiah leaves, Huda goes to sit down with him, and they actually leave things on a pretty good note. Huda even apologizes.
I'm sorry that I was mean. And, you know I'm not the nicest to you all the time. But...
So that's it. We finish off another week, and on to the next. Bye! Y'all, it's another week of Love Island, and things are about to go sideways.
He's trying to get drilled because I've got just a tool for that.
He said, does anybody need drilling? And baby, did he drill?
So who the heck is that man, and why is he trying to drill everyone? Well, this week it's time for the infamous Casa Amor. But before we get there, where we last left things off, the Islanders are once again recovering from a heartbreaking elimination. Well, heartbreaking unless you're Ace, cause after sending Jeremiah home, this man's heart is as full as ever. And along with Jeremiah, Hannah is also now gone, and Shelly explains the decision like this.
We felt like with Hannah, even though her and Pepe had a strong connection, it was almost as if it was like an instant thing they haven't really explored, versus at least Amaya and Iris.
My god, the Ace Mind virus has fully infected Shelly now, cause even she's eliminating people because they haven't explored enough. Like, why is it better that two people have tried out different relationships and not found anything over someone who has found something? I don't know, it's kinda weird here, cause honestly the easier excuse for dumping Hannah was just to say she can go now and be with Charlie, while Iris and Amaya can have another chance at finding someone they actually connect with. Anyway, back with Sierra and Nick, these two are regrouping after he had said he was going to be keeping things open. So they talk about it, and he essentially comes back saying he's going to be taking this relationship as serious as she is.
Can we go make grilled cheese?
Yes.
Yay.
I kind of got excited for that conversation.
I got a boner.
Oh boy, Sierra's about to get another 45 seconds of heaven under the sheets. But okay, time to get to Casa Amor, which Ariana Madix reveals to the women by having the men all blindfolded with music blaring in their ears, while she does the Love Island version of that scene from Love Actually.
I can't hear shit.
And if you're unfamiliar with what Casa Amor is, essentially the girls are going to be sent to a different casa where new men will arrive to try and tempt them away from their current couplings. Same thing goes for the men in the villa here, who, unbeknownst to them, will be engaging in a kissing competition with the new women. All the while, the men are thinking they're kissing their original ladies. So, meet Grayson, Clark, Vanna, Coco, and Jaden, all of whom's kisses are loved by Pepe.
I'm gonna say a 10. I gotta give it a 10. You guys already know what I'm gonna give it. A 10.
Hated by TJ.
I'm gonna rate that like a 7.
I have to go with a 5. Damn!
So I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
And I think Nick didn't understand the assignment because he's just grabbing all their asses instead. You know what, my man probably thought, ooh, I'll know Sierra by her ass, so if I grab a squeeze, I'll know which one is her and be able to rate that kiss a 10. So at the end of the competition, the men take off their blindfolds and surprise, surprise, there are new women. Casa season is in, and this time everyone's now going to officially couple with one of these women. And here, the women get to decide. Grayson picks Pepe, and I was doing a double take saying, wait a minute, did I put on the wrong episode? Cause I thought Hannah and Pepe weren't together anymore. Vanna picks Ace, Jaden picks Austin, which is perfect cause they both have lip tattoos. Jaden says baby, while Austin says
No way, baby.
How quaint. Both Coco and Clark pick Taylor, and he decides to go with Coco, so Clark moves over to Nick, which leaves TJ alone with his invisible girlfriend.
She goes to another school.
And by the way, pressure's on because after 24 hours, there's going to be another recoupling ceremony, and whoever's single will be vulnerable and up for dumping. Which also goes for the women, who, while this is happening, are over at Casa having a different sort of task, which really just boils down to once again kissing everyone. After which, they too will get picked by the guys, where everyone but Amaya and Alandria are selected. However, Shelly here has two guys jump on with her, so she goes for a man named Chris, which means the other guy, Zach with a K, cause there are two Zachs here. I know, this is hard to follow, but just stick with me here. Zach with a K then gets to choose someone else, and he picks Alandria, leaving Amaya alone and potentially vulnerable. And so our Casa couples are Huda and this man JD, Sierra and Benson Boone, Alandria and Zach with a K, Shelly and Chris, Iris and Zach with a C, and finally Andrina and Brian. So now everyone has 24 hours to solidify their connections or risk elimination. So TJ decides to pull out all his heavy hitter moves on Vanna, like this one.
They call me JT sometimes, like Justin Timberlake. Yeah, because you just flip TJ and JT.
Spoiler alert, somehow this works. As a result, Ace, who wasn't really into Vanna in the first place, Ace starts talking with Coco.
You know, like if I'm gonna date you, we're most likely gonna get married.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to
around.
I see you.
Okay, but word of advice, never ever call this man baby. Now, as for our other single and vulnerable islander, Amaya, she doesn't really do anything. However, Zach with a K here realizes he's basically got no chance with Alandria as the chemistry is not really there and she's still thinking about Taylor back at the villa, so he decides to try his luck with Amaya, and you know what? I guess Amaya didn't really have to do anything after all, cause her man just fell into her lap. So, at the Casa recoupling ceremony, essentially all that happens is Amaya stands in front of everyone and Ariana asks if anyone wants to couple with her, at which point Zach then stands up. This then means that Alandria is now vulnerable, and when no one stands up for her...
Congratulations, Amaya and Zach. You are now a couple.
No, stop.
Oh, not this again. Not this, Amaya.
No.
And Nick.
No!
It's okay.
So, just like that, Alandria is dumped. Gone. Doesn't matter that she's got a man back at the villa, she's out of here, and everyone is super emotional about it. But hold on, the surprise eliminations aren't finished. As at the villa recoupling ceremony, Vanna stands up for TJ, which leaves Ace vulnerable, so Coco then stands up for Ace, leaving Taylor vulnerable, which then leads to Clark, who originally wanted to couple with Taylor, to stand up for him. And now Nick is all alone, and yup, Nick then gets the dump, which has Ace in absolute tears. I mean, the dude just lost one of his primo henchmen. How's he gonna recover from this? You think Pepe over here is gonna do his bidding like Nick did? You can't just hire good henchmen anywhere, not in this economy. So Nick takes his little carry-on out the door, however, the twists, they keep on twisting.
Quick, hurry up, get in!
What the
Nick, come on, hurry!
Yeah, hurry up, get in, Nick. The producers gave us plot armor. So Nick and Alandria are then brought to a private little dinner where they each dish the lowdown on what's going on in Casa and the villa. And when Alandria finds out about Clark and Taylor's growing connection, she's like,
If you're able to come in and take my man from me, Taylor was never mine to begin with, and I'm okay with leaving this villa with a smile on my face and knowing that.
And then the two are given an opportunity to stay in the game if they want to couple up together, which of course they take. And Nick here also reveals that he's always thought Alandria was attractive, so this is a good opportunity to explore that. So these two then sneak into the villa, and the next morning...
Good morning, Islanders!
Yeah, you know, Clark over here is going...
Oh, this is uncomfortable.
Now the show continues on, and we get a kissing competition between the villa and Casa, where Alandria is forced to watch Taylor snog Clark, and essentially everyone's going all out for the win. I mean, we even get feet in the air, people. There are feet in the air. Ultimately, though, Casa ends up winning, cause, I mean, come on. Just look at this awful form from the Villa crew. I mean, they got people up on each other's shoulders kissing, but what about these two? Why aren't you two kissing? I mean, if they wanted to actually win, they'd have Austin and Taylor kiss, but I guess, you know, some people just aren't born winners. However, after this challenge, Nick pulls Alandria aside to say, you know, we always go hard on those challenges, but I want to see if we have chemistry outside of them. And so they have this wild kiss. I mean, look at that lip action. Alandria went after Nick's lips like... And my man Nick over here is looking absolutely dazed.
I'm gonna miss saying Nicky Poo.
It's Nick for now.
Okay, but don't ship these two just yet, cause the following day, both these two decide the spark isn't really there and they're both still thinking of their original couples. And everything from here is leading up to a final Casa recoupling, which is gonna be more open than you might think, as people like JD here are completely fumbling the bag.
I can tell you like being dominant.
Huh?
You were just trying to be dominant, and I'm not someone who likes to be dominated.
So find someone submissive.
You were trying to do too much. I was like, what is she doing?
Wow, this is amazing, cause I don't think I've ever seen the ick enter someone in real time before, but there it is.
No, I think I had to lead your ass to help you.
No, you like being dominant.
I do, but I had to help you.
You got your head in the game for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does this man realize he has no options right now? Cause he's acting like he's got options when in fact, he's got none. So Huda then goes to talk with Chris here in hopes of finding something, and also, you know, they had a pretty good kiss at the last challenge. TJ, meanwhile, is losing his vibe with Vanna and is missing Iris, maybe because of conversations like this.
Maybe it's the RBF.
Yeah, probably.
It's giving me mixed signals like all the time, so I just never like. I think it kind of throws me off a little bit, I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
And Alandria? She goes on full offense for Taylor, even pulling out the spicy photos with a lipstick print on one side and some hearts and kissy faces on the other, and, you know, she's also accentuating the girls. But alright, Casa is now officially over, and everyone reunites for the recoupling ceremony where they introduce all the villa couples except Nick and Alandria, leaving Sierra to think that Nick was eliminated, so she's in absolute tears. All the while, the boys are watching on and ready to step in there and tell Sierra, don't worry, he's still here. That is, until the producers look over at them like... Because, of course, they need to have this big moment where Nick and Alandria come in and surprise everyone. And Sierra, she is just ecstatic about Nick still being there. Meanwhile, Benson Boone is going...
I'm in danger!
No shot. So that's someone she's not seen in ages. That's just so she's comfortable with.
That's true. I don't know, man. I think you better Moonbeam Ice Cream start packing up your blue jeans, cause you're cooked. Oh, and by the way, his real name is Elam. So for this recoupling ceremony, everyone has to write down the name of who they want to match with. If two people write each other's names, well, they're now a couple. But if you write a name down and you don't match, you're vulnerable. So Austin and Jaden are an easy first match. Then Amaya's name is written down by both Zach and JD, but Amaya writes Zach, so JD is now vulnerable, and sorry bro, you probably should have let Huda dominate you. Pepe and Grayson are another easy match along with Andrina and Brian. TJ has both Vanna and Iris go up for him, but even through that RBF, you can tell he's going to pick Iris. Ace is up next, and both Coco and Shelly move up for him, but the big surprise in this moment is that Ariana then asks if anyone has written down Shelly's name, and Chris is silent, meaning he hedged his bet well, thinking Shelly was still going to write down Ace's name, and so he put down Huda's name, and Huda and Chris are now a match. As for Ace, he picks his OG girl Shelly, which leaves Coco vulnerable. Sierra then picks Nick over Elan, but the biggest shocker of all of them for the evening comes when Taylor has both Alandria and Clark to choose from, and this is what happens next.
Clark.
What? Taylor, are you serious? There's no way, bro. There's no way. Yo.
Oh, Amaya, so extra, and I'm here for it. So Alandria is once again vulnerable, and now the Villa Islanders get to decide one woman to save, while the Casa Islanders will decide one guy to save. And of the men, Elan is saved, saying goodbye to Zach with a C and JD, while the person saved of the women is...
Alandria.
Alandria lives to see another day, while Vanna and Coco get the dump. All the while, everyone left over now at the villa is just trying to catch up on what went down since they separated. Like Nick tells Sierra about his kiss with Alandria, but that they decided the spark wasn't there. While Sierra, she says she wasn't really vibing with Elan, even though he did do some cute stuff for her.
He cut my pancakes into the letter C. It was adorable.
You know, Nick is probably really confused right now, considering he still thinks Sierra's name is spelled with an S, not a C. Meanwhile, Chris and Huda decide they want to keep exploring other people, so Chris sits down Ace to say, man to man, he's going after Shelly, and he wants to be upfront about that. Oh, and Andrina is suddenly full-on wanting Pepe, which is something she'll work on in the next challenge, a heart rate challenge, where everyone is hooked up to heart monitors, and the couple that gets the most hearts racing with the highest heart rate, they're the winners. And yeah, this whole challenge is pretty much YouTube's worst nightmare, cause we we've got swearing, sexuality, Austin's dance moves. This thing needs to be censored all over the place. Ultimately, Nick and Sierra are the winners, but the big moment out of all of this is when Huda does an extra long makeout with some more booty bouncing on top of Ace, all while Chris and Shelly are making out beside them. And Shelly thinks that this went too far, especially for someone who's supposed to be her girl. Still, you know, it worked.
Ace's heart rate was raised the most by Huda.
And Huda's like, what's the big deal? I mean, I kinda get you on this one, Huda, but weren't you also the woman saying all of this?
Do you not see like what me and Jeremiah have? Like, I just think that was the dumbest shit she could have done. I can already tell that the bitch doesn't compare to me. Do I know her? No. Bitch, if you don't quit it right now, thank you.
Anyway, looks like Shelly's done with Huda, and that's where we leave off, so bye! We are back with another week of Love Island USA, and America, I gotta say, you got to vote again, and...
No, you're very good, you. No. You are very good,
There's a lot more to it than that.
You're very good, you.
There are underlying things
You understand me? No, you're right. You're right on the money.
Because, you know, watching Ace and Shelly constantly move down those podiums was giving me the giggles, so thank you for that. And if you don't know what I mean by that, well... Yeah!
Stick around.
Because we're going to get to all the tea from this week. But alright, where we last left off, everyone was getting real grumpy from the heart rate challenge. Shelly's pissed at Huda, Brian's wondering what's going wrong with Andrina as she's gone completely cold on him, but on the other hand, has heated up with Pepe. Nick is peeved at Elan for going in on Sierra, but like, what is the guy supposed to do? Ace is pissed at Shelly for doubling back to kiss Chris a second time in that challenge, while Shelly is now also pissed off at Ace for being mad because she thinks what she did was so little in comparison to all his long makeouts with other people. However, Ace counters by saying, yeah, I did that, however I did it with people who I have no connection with, but Chris is someone you're still exploring. So essentially everyone is really mad and everyone's in their grumps going,
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
Well, actually not Amaya. She's a bit oblivious to the whole thing. Cause when Huda goes to sit down with Shelly and Shelly says, no, talk to me another day when I'm less mad, and because of that, Huda's in tears, Amaya then comes in like...
The conversation went well.
No, we didn't talk.
She didn't talk to you? Really?
Bless Amaya, bless her heart. Meanwhile, Chris actually does comfort Huda, and so she's starting to get feelings for him. Except when she notices something funny about the breakfast he gives her the next day versus the one that he gives to Shelly.
How are you and Chris? Like, we were great, everything's great. And then this morning, he gave her 2 pancakes and gave me 1. Gave her a flower and gave me none. So I'm like, oh no. I was like,
uh-oh, not another Huda pancake incident. But you know, Huda's in her season of growth. So instead of freaking out, she just ends up talking to Chris about it, and with all the focus that Shelly's giving Ace right now, Chris is now thinking he needs to shift things and look towards someone who actually cares about him. So he promises to make Huda a priority. Oh, and with all this animosity in the house, production decides that it's time to actually invest in a love story. So they send Nick and Sierra out on a date where these two finally make things official.
This is where I want to like formally ask you if you'd like to be closed off.
I would like to formally accept this offer.
Wait a minute, does this mean they're not going to be exploring anymore? Cause that's gonna make one little man really mad. Now as for Elan, he's still clinging on to hope with Sierra based off some of the things she said back at Casa. All the while, Sierra is returning from her date with Nick like...
What happened?
Okay.
Meanwhile, Elan's still going...
So you're telling me there's a chance?
And when Sierra sits down with all the girls and Nick sits down with all the boys and starts talking like this...
Uh-oh, did you?
Meanwhile, Elan's still going.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah! I mean, the man has no idea how to react. Does he sit down and look like a petty grump, or does he fake excitement? There's really just no good move here. So now, Elan's a free agent, and his options, they're limited. I mean, Amaya's there, but their conversation is just, I don't know.
I know there's only one moon in the world, or hopefully, like, you never know in outer space.
My sister moved to Belgium.
In Germany?
No, Brussels in Belgium. Belgium's like one of the countries.
Okay.
As for Huda, well, she's sorta off the table for now, as she's gone into the speakeasy with Chris, and the vibes are up, while the tongues are out. And I mean, really, if I could reenact the tongue kissing going on here, it'd be like... And Andrina, she's still pining for Pepe, who promptly friend-zones her, so I bet she's pretty glad she pumped the brakes on Brian, cause now she's got nothing. But don't worry, Andrina, Pepe's also not feeling the spark with Grayson anymore.
I haven't been feeling that spark with Grayson. I've been trying to figure out like how to tell, because it's not a her thing, it's definitely not a her thing. I mean, she's an amazing girl.
Wow, not even a Hannah clone can move this man's heart. So taking a look around, what even is this season anymore? The couple connections are sparse to say the least. Now, up next, the Islanders have another challenge thing where they get to write anonymous notes to each other. Like this.
Don't let them talk about you like that, Austin.
I don't know how you've made it this far. You don't give any girl effort, you're just enjoying your time in the villa.
Okay, but are they wrong? However, things get emotional when Amaya goes up and reads this note.
You cry more than David. You try to move too fast for everyone.
But Amaya says, you know what? This is who I am, and while people may view it as a weakness, I view it as a strength. At which point, Ace slams his fist down cause he can't let her have her moment, so he has to interject and bring her down again.
You're very, very wearing your heart on your sleeve. You're very passionate when you talk. But when you saying, babe, can I grab this for you? Babe, can I do this? Are you coming at it very, very strongly off the rip?
Oh, not this again. Ace brings up the babe thing for the 20th time, and I'm just here like...
Shut up about this!
Babe.
Shut up about this!
Babe.
So Amaya's in tears and feels horrid, even though she tries to say stuff like, I'm maybe not the book that everyone wants to read, and that's okay. Thankfully though, Brian comes in to defend her.
One thing I gotta add though, coming from a Hispanic household, calling someone babe, mi amor, mi vida, that's just how we talk. You're telling her, meet you halfway, you gotta meet her halfway too.
I did that.
But oh, we can't just let Amaya feel good, can we? Because then her current match, Zach, comes in like...
When we speak, like obviously like, I let you be passionate with me, I let you kiss me, I let you talk to me. Sometimes I feel like I have to take a step back.
Zach, you had every opportunity to tell me that when we were sitting off the field.
You know, the problem with all of Amaya's connections this season is that Amaya has mostly been used to stay on the island. Because looking back, pretty much all the people who've coupled with Amaya, for the most part, have coupled with her because they felt like they needed to be in a couple or else they'd be eliminated. Not because they actually cared for her. So when Amaya, who's got a big personality and there's nothing wrong with that, then showed them interest, it gave them the ick and they were like, whoa, 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 step back. Because, I mean, at this point, everyone knows who Amaya is. If they were actually interested and excited about her, then they'd enjoy the passionate side to her. That's my take, at least. But yeah, here we get yet another challenge where everyone's going to end up angry. Actually, this time the exception is Elan here, because he's pretty much just vibing, and you know what? I'm digging the glow up, my dude. I'm digging this look. Next, though, Pepe gets called out for playing it safe with Grayson, saying he's actually just waiting for Hannah, and this rightfully gets Grayson upset, as she turns to Pepe and goes, you know what? If you actually don't want to be with me, then please just let me go and explore with other people. Austin then calls out Ace.
To Ace from Austin, people have sucked up to what you say. The Ace posse doesn't go against you when it comes to Jeremiah. He was damned if he did, damned if he didn't.
You know what, Austin? I may also be wondering how you're still around, but for that one...
You No, you're very good, you. No, you are very good.
There's a lot more to it than that.
You're very good, you.
There are underlying things
You
that you
understand me? No, you're right. You're right on the money.
So with this, Ace enters his Napoleon Bonaparte era because he's small and he's going to war.
Just because I have the balls to say that shit doesn't mean, oh, Ace is a hater. One of us out of the two is 6'5" and one of us is 5'10" and has the balls to say some shit around here because I have some heart. You don't.
Wait a minute, I'm confused. Who's supposed to be the person in the room who's 5'10"? Cause, is it Ace? Thankfully though, after the show, Austin does clear this up for us online. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with being short. Height, you can't control. Being an ass, you can control, but height, you can't. So yeah, pretty much everyone gets called out for different things at some point. When it's Huda's turn, she gets reamed for claiming to be a girl's girl, but then kissing Chris, someone who Shelly was pursuing, which is kinda wild considering Shelly's done nothing to show interest in Chris these last few days, which Huda also thinks is BS.
Shelly and Ace kiss the people all the time, but they're still pursuing connections? I can kiss people that I like what the f?
And continuing with the Shelly comments, Chris gets called out for this.
To Chris from Shelly, the switch up is insane. If you just wanted to come to the villa, you could have said that.
Okay, why is Shelly so pressed that a man is exploring something new and doesn't want to sit back and be second place to Ace? Like, really, is her and Ace's whole thing being mad at people who aren't exploring enough? Or is she just mad that the person Chris picked was Huda? Like, what are you, the exploring police? Cause they seem to set the rules on who gets to explore and how. But oh, when it comes to them, well, it's rules for thee, but not for me. And they have no clue about this because they all feel empowered as they're a group together and so they're the majority. But don't worry, they're gonna hear real soon how people outside the show really feel about them. Alright though, to finish off, we then get Taylor up there, and he is called out by Alandria.
To Taylor from Alandria, stand on business and stop acting like a little bitch with a smiley face.
Which, by the way, is primarily about him saying how he wanted to kiss Alandria in the heart rate challenge, but he didn't out of respect for Clark.
If I was moving like Taylor won't be here. When Jalen was here, I reassured this man every motherfucking day he didn't do shit for me.
So in response, Taylor says, it sounds like you want me to move for you, but I'm moving for me. I'm trying to find a connection for me, and if that's inconvenient for you, I'm sorry, but that's it. And when another note comes out telling him to make up his mind, Taylor flat out goes,
I pick Clark.
So we're in a freefall once more, and with this, there's one more morning after Fallout, where Zach goes to speak with Amaya.
Looking at him talk right now, I just know what type of shit he's saying. I just want to like f***ing push him in the pool, like shut up.
Okay, that one got me. And Jaden must have some sort of Spidey investigator sense, cause she called out his BS before he even got to say it, as Zach decides to tell Amaya this.
I didn't want to kiss you, but I just did because I didn't want to. Obviously, I should have said, you know, Amaya, it's too soon, and then you would have understood my boundaries a little bit more. But I didn't do that, and maybe that was the wrong decision kissing you at that time.
What? That's actually insane.
Oh, and Grayson and Pepe? Yeah, Pepe, he decides to break up with her. So yay, we've got even more singles this far into the show. Thankfully, at least Shelly and Huda finally talk and agree that Huda wasn't trying to be malicious, so we can at least move on from that. But alright, the show then brings out another game, and this one is a doozy, as it's all about ranking people from most likely to least likely based on questions like,
we asked America to rank the boys from most to least. Genuine.
And what the Islanders are trying to do here is match their answers with America, as all of these questions were voted on by viewers, where the person voted most likely gets confetti, and the person voted least likely gets some Nickelodeon slimed, or at least I hope that's slime. And hold up. Is that Nick? What in the Elan copycat from earlier are you doing, my guy? The full copy-paste? Oh, this one's giving.
And you got a goatee. I did. Did you get that after you helped me move and you saw mine?
Yes.
Go T!
But alright, the best part of this game is watching as they continuously put Ace or Shelly up in the top rankings for most genuine or best boyfriend material or most trustworthy, and then America's votes are revealed, and these two have to constantly move down. While Amaya, who everyone was hating on earlier, well, this girl's getting her flowers as she's put first for pretty much everything. Like best couple, yup, Amaya and her +1. Well, Ace and Shelly.
6th is Jaden and Austin.
I see you guys around.
7th is Andreina and Brian.
Hey, yo, bounce out of there, man.
So I gotta say, once again, voters.
You're good. Nah, you're good.
Oh, and also Taylor and Clark, they're pretty much always put last as well, with the exception of the final vote. As for that, America voted on who their favorite islanders were, and the 3 guys and the 3 gals that are on the bottom are up for dumping. So, in no particular order, it's Jaden, Grayson, and Andrina for the women, and TJ, Taylor, and Austin for the men. But
Your fellow Islanders can save just one of you. What?
Oh my god.
But of course, Ace's clique all gets together and saves Taylor, meaning everyone else on that list, they're gone. Iris is in tears seeing TJ go, and Andrina is probably wishing she'd been a little less cold to Brian as he went to vote for Jaden. But yeah, the next day, this leaves people like Ace and Shelly wondering what on earth America could have possibly been thinking not voting them to be prom king and queen. All the while, a whole bunch of the single guys are now seeing Iris all alone and are going, We then get another messy kissy challenge where Zach, after seeing Amaya get voted so high by America, well, he's suddenly going, you know what? I actually do like you. Elon and Pepe go in for kisses with Iris, but Iris really only vibes with one of those two.
There's so much pie in my mouth.
I prefer my kiss with Pepe over Elan. 100%.
And now everyone decides to start burying the hatchet, as, you know, if there's another America vote, they want to be in their good graces. Cause Chris and Shelly are now good, Zach apologizes to Amaya, and as for Brian, well, ever since he defended Amaya, these two have been getting a lot closer.
Thank you.
What they said is what they said, and
For
the
sure.
cons they said is pros to me, so.
You know, he is flirtatious, I'm flirtatious, and then boom, it just blossomed into something beautiful.
But just when you think we might actually have more than 1 or 2 solid couples this season, this suddenly gets announced.
Welcome back to Love Island USA. Sierra has left the villa due to a personal situation.
And just in time for another recoupling ceremony where the women are set to pick a man to couple up with. So now Nick has to sit down with Alandria for a rerun that makes absolutely no sense to me.
Nalandria has a nice ring to it.
Nalandria is insane.
Yeah.
We can work on that. We can work on that.
And okay, I get it, they're friends and stuff, they kissed before, he's attracted to her, but like, why? This is obviously just a placeholder coupling. Why not make Nick immune this time in the hopes that Sierra returns? And why did Sierra even go away? Was it... Oh. Okay, never mind. Also, kinda wild that we're 2 for 2 on those this season. So we go into another recoupling ceremony where Shelly chooses Ace, Clark chooses Taylor, Hudda chooses Chris, Iris chooses Pepe, sorry Elan, and then it's Alandria's turn.
Nick. Congratulations, Nick.
Again, to me, weird. A little excited for maybe another kiss like this, but weird. And so at this point, I'm just kind of left wondering who's the couple I'm rooting for at this point? Chris and Hudda? Ariana and the narrator? Who? And well, last up, it's Amaya's turn, where her pick is, thankfully,
Brian.
Congratulations, Brian.
So maybe there's hope for these two, but with that, Zach and Elan are gone, and I'm gone too. At least until next week, so Bye! Well friends, we did it! We made it to the Love Island finale! It's been a week of ups and downs, a season of, well, ups and downs, and the finale is going to be no different. But I also want to say I've taken some time, and I want to grow as a person and find some inner peace, and say some more nice things about all these contestants, cause after a whole season of this mess, I'm going...
I wish that I could bake a cake made out of rainbows and smiles, and we'd all eat it. Be happy.
Cause at the end of this, we are going to have a winner and some losers, and we all have our favorites or see things from a different viewpoint, so be sure to share your opinion on what went down below, but when these super popular shows end, there always seems to be a lot of hate DMs that get sent personally to the contestants. Comment what you will here, but don't do that, please. So where my recaps last left off, we had just had a recoupling that saw Nick and Alandria back together after Sierra was pulled off the show because of this. And oof, I just want to say, 1, I've not seen a lick of content put on outside the show from TikTok or anything. I've just been trying as best as I can to catch up on the episodes and also balance family life. But when I said I felt like Nick and Alandria coming back together felt weird, some Nick Alandria fans were going...
Not quite my tempo.
And okay, I get it. I'd like to clarify a bit. The weirdness for me was how they both said they were just friends after their exploration before, and also Nick had just closed things off with Sierra, and it was a rather swift turnaround. I also had no clue what Nick was told about Sierra's exit, or if he might have thought that there was a chance Sierra was going to come back, but with the knowledge I have now, I'm certain he knew she wasn't going to be coming back and had an inkling of why, as Zach with a K came out saying that the Islanders were told Sierra had broken some of the show's policies and guidelines, so they had some suspicions as to what was going on. Anyway, in the spirit of personal growth, I also hear y'all when you say Alandria and Nick is a friends to lovers type scenario, and the attraction was always there, but the timing wasn't because of their past couplings. Oh, and speaking of friends to lovers, we also have Pepe and Iris, who are now a couple, and who also say that focusing on their previous connections pulled them away from thinking of each other as possibilities. But I, as an admittedly new Love Island watcher, am wondering, is it normal for couples to be starting fresh this late? Normally in a show like Bachelor in Paradise, when that happens, like someone new comes or a new couple forms in the last couple of episodes, they just kind of fizzle out in the finale. Whatever the case, the next day the show throws a pint-sized challenge the Islanders' way in the form of new babies. So yes, everyone's going to be getting a new bundle of joy to take care of, and all the gentlemen get to turn to their partners like...
I'm gonna be a dad.
And my interpretation of this baby day was that it's a fun way to throw a little chaos into the villa, while also getting couples to think about their future or family life. But it also doesn't have to be so serious.
I'm trying to sleep and I don't know what the I was hearing, so I covered my head.
Why are you cursing around the baby?
God.
It's okay. Your mother's a crybaby too. I cry all the time.
Oh, what? It's a boy. Oh my gosh, it's a boy. Oh my gosh, we look like bad parents.
However, things sure do get serious with Chris and Huda. Starting with when Chris asks everyone if they want to get anything off their chest during a baby yoga session, but he doesn't say anything about Huda or their baby, leading Huda to go...
Amen, I love that. Okay, so...
me then.
What about y'all, baby?
WNBA superstar right here, waiting to happen. Future president. Anyways, okay, we will start in a downward dog.
Me then.
He also doesn't put her mat back, or at least she has to ask him to, and that is starting to get her a little bit irked. Then, in another challenge, Huda gets critical of the way Chris is handling their child.
Why are you ripping shit off her head while she's screaming?
She's not even crying. That's not my baby.
And ours didn't cry not once?
Not one time, on my mama.
Okay, next time, don't be ripping shit off of her.
As for Chris, this is causing him to get a bit exhausted. I mean, sure, she's a mother, that's a huge part of her identity, and this is serious to her. She also says she's getting PTSD from this. But Chris is still confused, so he wants to confront this and handle it maturely. So he asks her what he's doing to get her so upset, and what he can do to improve, and she mentions the yoga thing and also not putting away that mat.
Is there anything I need to work on?
Yeah.
What?
Give me a kiss.
Right now?
Yeah.
You wanna...
Wow.
Oh, this man could have gone in two very different directions during that silence, and he chose life. Not to mention, Huda's kind of got a hold of him, and I mean in more ways than one, as the two have taken things to the next level.
I folded, bro.
You did?
I did. I wasn't gonna tell nobody.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
So alright, the couples are rolling along. Shelly and Ace continue their deep connection on this s'mores date.
I felt like life was, it couldn't get any better. So you brought me back to that childhood place.
Iris and Pepe are in Makeout Central, and I sure hope TJ and Hannah have stopped watching the show at this point. Oh, and also the hideaway opens up for a couple to spend the night together, which everyone decides should be Amaya and Brian, and I have to give props to the Love Island narrator here on one of my favorite lines of the season.
Amaya looks like she's walking down the runway in the Victoria's Secrets fashion show, and Brian looks like he's walking down the hallway to meet his DoorDash driver.
So Brian and Amaya have a wonderful magical time together where their bond deepens and their connection solidifies. And as Amaya states, they went on quite a journey.
How many journeys did you go on?
Like 2.
Back to back or what? Or just like spread apart?
It was back to back.
Oh, and Taylor decides to make things exclusive with Clark with this cute little cheer because she was a cheerleader.
Since the moment I met you and we had our first conversation, you know, sparks just flew. You know, it was like a dragon, bro. Conversation was fire.
Alright, camera operator, absolutely diabolical to set up Alandria right in the middle of this shot. But you know, we just can't have everything going smoothly, not on this show. As one couple is back in trouble, and yeah, it's Chris and Huda. As Chris has noticed that Huda only ever kisses him in challenges or at night in the bed. Anytime he goes for a kiss in the villa, she's looking around to make sure that no one else is watching.
But you want to do things in the bedroom?
Out here, it's more out in the open. It's like PDA in my brain.
If we can't kiss outside of here, what's the point of having sex?
Apparently though, Huda is trying not to repeat what went down with Jeremiah where things got so hot so fast, but I mean, PDA doesn't have to be like this all the time. Y'all can do it slow, you don't have to do crazy PDA, just meet each other halfway. But oh, hold up.
I got a text!
I'm scared.
Yes, America has voted once more, and this time it's going to be straight up for each couple that they like the best, where the couple with the least amount of votes is going home. And after that last challenge, where Taylor and Clark were voted so low so often, it shouldn't be a surprise when...
The couple with the fewest votes and dumped from the island is... Clark and Taylor.
So we say goodbye to Taylor and Clark right after they had just gone exclusive. And as for Nick and Ace, well, they're not taking Taylor's absence very well.
I lost a best friend tonight, so this shit don't feel real. Like, I feel like he's still here.
It don't.
Okay, y'all know he didn't pass away, right? Meanwhile, all through that elimination, Chris has been looking absolutely dead. He felt disrespected when Huda just sort of walked away after he expressed his views on them having sex privately, but her not wanting to give PDA. Eventually, Huda explains the Jeremiah situation in relation to her not wanting to do PDA, but this one seems cooked, cause Chris has become like an empty void of a person right now.
I would like to hear your thoughts on that.
I don't have any thoughts.
Okay.
Now Amaya, she brings up a good point, saying I do see where Chris is coming from, cause imagine if it were the other way around.
You don't like PDA?
No.
That's fine.
But I do see where Chris is coming from a little bit.
I get it.
Because if a guy was to just only kiss me in the bed, but when we outside in public, he didn't want to kiss me, I'm going to be like, yo, what the f***?
Now it's around this time that Ace decides he's finally ready to take his growing relationship with Shelly and make it exclusive, as he's never felt this intimate with a person before. We also happen to get another invitation to the hideaway, so this one is going to be all about Ace and Shelly, where Ace sets up a heart in the sand surprise for Shelly before he finally pops the exclusive proposal.
Imagining your artistry with someone else in this villa and in the outside real world, that's just simply a picture I just can't paint. So I'm standing here in this hideaway, or sitting here in this hideaway, asking you, will you be exclusive to only each other, Shelly, Evelyn, Basain?
So these two are on a high, and the highs are only going to get higher as things then move on to Family Day, where everyone's folks are going to be zooming in and meeting the couples, and oh, I'm sorry, I keep saying things like the highs are getting higher, but just remember, that never applies to Huda and Chris.
What you think gonna happen in your situation?
I don't know, bro.
You
That's a good
introducing it to the
question.
moms?
Honestly, if I had the choice, I'd probably say no.
Okay, can we just call this relationship? Cause what? How are we recovering from this? Cause I don't know. Now the twist here is that this Zoom call with the family isn't happening cause they're actually right there. And one of my favorite family interactions was with Brian's family talking about Amaya.
The first thing that your mama say was like, we love her eyes and also her emotion, how emotional she is.
Yeah.
She's not afraid of showing her emotions.
That was the biggest.
Okay, y'all, I am full on an Amaya Papaya Gaia, cause she's what I want in reality TV. And I don't just mean that she dials the drama and emotion up to 11, she's just herself. When someone comes out on reality TV and is authentic and not trying to be something they're not for the cameras or whatever, I totally rock with that. So everyone is getting emotional with their folks, sometimes for very different reasons.
When was the last thing y'all saw?
That he folded.
Huda sees her daughter and goes,
Love you, Mom. I hope you have fun and I miss you.
Aww.
Nick sees his mom and goes,
Mommy?
I'm a mom.
Mamacita.
Then everyone gets together for a dinner where they bring up their highs and lows of the season, or rather their peaks and pits. And with Brian saying stuff like,
Honestly, my peak here is Amaya. The amount of love you got to give is something I'll forever cherish.
yeah, the highs are high, the peaks are peaking, but again, remember the rule, when I say that, it never applies to Chris and Huda.
My peak was for sure today, seeing my mom and my sister. And another peak was for sure playing basketball with the guys. I don't have another one.
No way. Not even a mention of Huda? My guy really said his peak was playing basketball with the boys, and Huda's just over there going,
Downward dog.
Me then.
Then to really pull the vibes from this dinner, it's also announced that there's been another vote from the viewers, and one more couple is going home. So they bring out all these plates, and essentially the couples will lift the lids and either get an invitation to the finale, or it'll go down like,
I hope you're hungry for nothing.
So Amaya and Brian, Huda and Chris, and Alandria and Nick pull their lids and all make it into the finale, which leaves Iris and Pepe and Shelly and Ace up for dumping.
Shelly and Ace, your Love Island journey ends tonight. Thank you for the memories.
And so Ace and Shelly are heading out, right after they had gone exclusive. And what is it with this season and going exclusive? First it was Nick and Sierra, then Taylor and Clark, now Ace and Shelly?
That's three things. I'll tell you what's going on. This office is cursed.
But I also want to say, I know I've been annoyed at how Ace moved through the villa, especially early on with the exploring business. Still, I was kinda disappointed they didn't make it to the finale. I mean, I didn't think they were going to win, but they had at least built up a long connection over the course of the season. Iris and Pepe were rather new, and while I don't doubt they're into each other, for me, as I see it, it's just a little too sudden. But here we are in the final four. And for the finale, these couples are all going to get solo dates where Nick and Alandria are discovering all the support they've had from their fans shipping them as they get these messages in a bottle from viewers.
I feel like we missed so many signs along the way.
Just reading this, it's like, damn, have our story been brewing this entire time? We just have not been noticing.
They also say that they're interested in continuing this after the show. Pepe and Iris continue to express how much of a wonderful surprise their connection has been and plan an in-and-out and beach date after filming has ended, while Amaya and Brian hit us right in the feels while sharing childhood and family photos.
My best moments were certainly with you.
With you, I don't ever cry out of sadness.
Aw, look at these two. Amaya's just twirling her hair there, all happy. We've come so far, cause she had a rough time up till now. And Brian, he wants to make sure those happy tears remain happy, as he's got one more thing to say to Amaya.
I love your energy. I love when you get the zoomies. I love Definitely wanted to leave here letting you know that I want to make stuff exclusive with us, prioritize us.
You know what? Congrats, you two, and oh no, they've gone exclusive. The curse. Oh no. but curses aside, the highs are once again high, which means we should probably check on Huda and Chris's date. One that, oh my, turns out to be reality TV gold. Plus, they're stranded on this table in the water, so neither of them can escape. Now, I purposely put this date last, so I did skip over their night before, which is important for this conversation. Cause that night, Huda went in for some snuggle time, and Chris was not having it.
Maybe 3 seconds. I'm dead ass. 3, 2. Hello.
Yeah, Chris just keeps his back turned as he's feeling like that 3-second countdown was Huda treating him like a child. So back on this date, Huda and Chris talk about the things they need to work on. Huda says she felt rejected by him not wanting to cuddle, Chris says he doesn't want to cuddle if someone's talking to him disrespectfully, and she also often interrupts him. At which point Huda sighs and puts her head on her hand, and he's like, yeah, this is the reaction I get to everything. But the gold really starts when Chris asks her where she's at in regards to continuing their relationship outside the show, and then production sends in this singer to serenade the two. So they're just sitting there mid-argument, paused, listening to this song, and this poor woman just has to sing on in front of them. But yeah, the writing is on the wall, and eventually Huda goes,
I think we should stay friends.
Shoulder, please. No hard feelings.
Y'all, this was wild. I mean, Chris is calm, but this was wild. Chris then gets up and leaves, but decides to come back to the table, and I was dead, because he just walks back in with the kind of energy you have when you're about to go out grocery shopping with your partner, like...
You ready? Let's go. Why are you crying?
Okay, dude, I get it, but come on, y'all just broke up. You know why she's crying. Then, to make matters worse, they have to figure out how to get off this floating dinner table, and Huda goes,
Do you want to carry me on your walk? Or like walk in the water?
I'm not gonna carry you.
Okay, this right here, this was my peak of the night. What trashy reality TV bliss. But even though Huda and Chris are now over, they have to stick around because they're still in the mix for the final vote on what couple is going to be winning. So Huda goes along with the other women on a spa day for some R&R, and we then get into the final moments of the show. Starting with everyone giving speeches to their partners, and it's all very touching. Alandria talks about not knowing that it was Nick the whole time, while Nick calls himself her secret admirer. Pepe and Iris talk about coming from their leather-bound bombshell entrance on the same day to now having a solid base of friendship with a growing romance. And as for Amaya and Brian, well, I'd love to play the clips of all the wonderful things they have to say, like how Brian felt as though he had to be a safe space for Amaya, but now she's a safe space for him, and that they're two misunderstood people understanding each other, but I can't play those clips because the show put John Legend over it, and if I put that music in this video, YouTube will be after me like... Oh, and they even have Huda and Chris come up to talk, but they're totally complimentary of each other and keep things civil, mentioning everything that they've learned from one another cause, you know...
I wish that I could bake a cake made out of rainbows and smiles and we'd all eat it and be happy.
But okay, this is it. Ariana Madix comes out and announces that in fourth is Pepe and Iris, in third is Huda and Chris, leaving 2 couples left. So, the winning couple of Love Island USA Season 7 is...
Amaya and Brian!
Curse is broken. Curse is broken, people! Oh, there is a God, and he has a plan for us after all.
So, congratulations you two, but there's one more bit of business we need to attend to. Ariana has pulled out 2 cards, one with $100,000 and the other with nothing. The 2 each pick one, and Brian's has the 100K in it, meaning Brian can now choose. Take all the money for himself, or split it as a couple with Amaya.
Of course I'm splitting this money with Amaya.
Yay! Brian, you were here for love!
Y'all, I'm so relieved. Could you imagine Amaya's journey on the show ending with Brian walking away with the money? After everything? Plus, I'm pretty sure they'll both be profiting a lot more from the following they'll amass from this season. But there you have it, the final 4 all jump into the pool and our season is done. Gotta say, it's gonna be super interesting to see how these couples work outside the villa. I truly hope all of them well, and think there is potential with every one of them. I mean, excluding the obvious. And hey, we won't have to wait very long for an update, as...
we are bringing all of you to New York City for the Love Island Season 7 reunion!
which is in August, so see you then. Bye!